What's up, beautiful people? It's your girl Toya, and welcome back to my channel. Well, it's been 10 years. 10 years, y'all. If you're watching this video today, this is really divine timing. So I knew that this was approaching, and I didn't realize just how significant this time of my life has been. It was, still currently is, and I thought it's time to share the ups and the downs, time to give advice to those who are looking to relocate, specifically to Atlanta, Georgia, and kind of give you some insight, just some advice just from a girl who did it, a woman who did it. Also share some highlights through the years of work and personal achievements that have taken place. But really, by the end of this video, you'll have a better idea just from my personal journey. Whether you want to move here specifically, if you are an entrepreneur, someone who is pursuing different things to earn different streams of income, you'll know a little bit more. So again, welcome to my channel. I can't wait to get into all of this with you guys. Make sure you stay tuned throughout the whole video. If you are new, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We are on the road to 1K. Go ahead and make that happen for your girl. And let's go ahead and get started. Let's start. Okay, so I moved to Atlanta literally guys, March 7th, I believe. Yes, March 7th. Today, March 7th, 2014. And this was a time, y'all. This was a time. So I moved to Atlanta. Previously, let me give you a little background. So I'm a graduate of Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University, FAMU. I graduated with my Bachelor's of Science degree in Public Relations from the School of Journalism. And so my journey through college was a little different. It took me a little bit longer to finish. I did not finish in 4 years. Nevertheless, my journey was my journey, and I'm so grateful for it. But just to give you a little insight. So when I graduated college, I was a little bit older than your traditional recent college grad, right? So after I graduated, I knew all along that I wanted to get more experience in the public relations industry, communications industry. And I knew that because I'm also from Tallahassee. Tallahassee is where FAMU is actually located. So not only had I grown up in Tallahassee, but I had visited Atlanta for a few times. But come and go to the Classic, the game with TSU with my girlfriends, and it would just be like so freaking lit. Like, we loved coming up here. It was such a great getaway. It was a big city. We got shown a lot of love every time we came, even trips with my family. Atlanta always held a special place like for me, and I spoke into the universe. I've always known that I would end up in Atlanta, but I knew that I would be in Atlanta. A manifestation, baby, made it happen, okay? But anyway, so because of that, and I knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I knew I wanted the challenge of it, but I also knew I wanted to gain more industry experience to sharpen my tools before going full-fledged with the agency, right? So when I was in Tallahassee, I don't don't know if I was still in college or what, but I ended up getting an LLC and I opened a business, and I wanted to take on some small projects for PR in my city and get some experience, get my feet wet a little bit, because I had already taken a position, a startup company called P Green Solutions. I was their publicity intern. They ended up hiring me to be the publicity manager. Got some experience there, but I knew I wanted to own and do my own thing. So opened up L.Bliss PR, okay? That's what the agency was called. Well, the business was called. It was an LLC. Taking on a few small clients, and boom, that was that. So for like 2 years, after, having small work here and there, really green to the industry and all things, right? I also had to pay the bills, right? I had to get a job and make it do what it do. Okay, I think that was in like 2012. It was, oh my gosh, 2012. But I was on the path. I went, handled my business, got the LLC, and just started. This was the seed being planted. So for like 2 years, I ended up finding work, and I worked at Kaiser University in Tallahassee. This is a private college, and I was their director of first impressions. Okay, so a young lady that I was friends with at the time, she was already working at one of their other campuses, and she hooked me up with a job. Okay, and I ended up taking that position. Worked there for 2 years, and I gathered tools. I did the work. I did it to the best of my ability. I made friends, connections, but I knew that I didn't want to be in Tallahassee anymore. And I knew it was more for me. And I was, honestly, it was a very miserable time. Those 2 years in Tallahassee, I went through a lot of different things. We'll get into that later, but 2 years was applying, trying to get a chance in the field. I opened the business, L.Bliss PR, to get experience, because in this type of field, it's no guarantees, right? So it's about connections. It's about connections, resources, and kind of getting your foot in the door to kind of prove your expertise in the industry. So because there was limited experience for me coming out, that's what it was. But 2 years later, I got the opportunity that changed my life. And in 2 weeks after I found out about getting the position, I packed my stuff up. I made arrangements. My best friend was up here already at the time working. And she let me know, hey, there's an extra room. You can come stay with me. And and she had a growing family at the time. And yeah, I did a big jump, and I landed here in Atlanta on March the 7th, 2014. Okay, so 2014, my first year here. To be honest, and thinking about it, going back to that moment, it was a whirlwind, to be honest. There was so many. First of all, this was a huge transition for me, leaving my hometown and all that I knew, and coming up here, coming into an already put together space with my best friend, getting used to being in a house with her and her family, and just recent changes within her family dynamic, and just merging the lives, right? So that's something. And I want you guys to understand, a lot of times, if you are looking at this video and you're thinking about relocation, if you are in college or a grad school and you're looking to make that next step, just understand I came with a lot of different things. I was battling depression. I had just ended my long-term relationship with my boyfriend, and we were going through a very rough time, and I felt like me leaving the city, I was running away. I knew that this would help me in my journey to heal, okay? Even though it was a whole lot going on, but I had to. I was devastated with the state of our relationship. It was a lot going on there. I was coming off of feeling like I wasn't good enough because I wasn't being recognized and given opportunities that I thought that I qualified for. Just trying to get in the industry. So coming off of that, I was leaving everything and everyone. Most of my community and my village was in Tallahassee still. So coming to this big new city, I didn't know anybody except my best friend and maybe a few other people. My coach from high school was up here, and it was scary, okay? As much as I am a spontaneous go-getter, gonna make it happen, those things they make you have anxiety, because when it's huge changes like that, it's hard to stay grounded in it. So I'm coming up here with all that and wanting to be open to opportunity, coming to a big city from Tallahassee to Atlanta. Number one, I'm driving up here and I'm crying, like I'm sobbing, y'all, on the road up here. And I'm coming on 75, even though I've come up here and I've driven a few times. But coming up here and understanding like, oh, bitch, you got to get used to, number one, the traffic. Number two, I'm riding 6-7 lanes on 75, and it's like, oh gosh, I gotta fucking strap up and get ready. I'm telling you, like it was like such a huge change. And the position that I had taken was it was for this like intern bridge program at this very reputable public relations agency called Fleischman Hilliard. And it was their Atlanta base. And me and a group of other college grads, we had that position. But coming up here, and that building was in the smack dab of downtown. So I'm seeing these huge buildings. I'm dealing with learning about parking and the fees associated with this, and navigating where the building is, and the weather changes, and getting used to wearing big ass coats, seeing snow for the first time. The community here, getting introduced to new people, and all these type of things. All of this is happening, right? But coming in, it was a very big eye opener for me. So one of the things that I would say is, when coming into a new situation, definitely be able to give yourself grace, because there's a lot of learning that's going to be taking place. There's a lot of grace that's going to be needed and extended to yourself, because you literally are undergoing so many different transitions, and you're going to be dealing with emotions from those transitions. But I wish that I gave myself a little bit more grace during that time, and really, sometimes you don't understand exactly what you're experiencing while you're experiencing it. It's just a part of it. But I wish that I gave myself a little bit more of that, and, took it easy on myself, because I was in such a place to make shit happen. I knew I had to make shit happen. there was a lot of pride, a lot of ego involved, because I just wanted to get it right. I didn't want to feel like I was bothering my best friend, even though I was not. But those are things that was my own to kind of bear. But I wish that I would have just thought about it and said, hey, be present, give yourself grace, take it easy, give yourself a little bit more positive self-talk. You fucking are here. 2014, wide open, have fun, take this shit all in and make it happen. Even though I was making it happen, but I was very hard on myself during that time. But that's kind of, that first year was a very, it was tough transitionally. And I went back home a lot. Literally, I was on the road going to Tallahassee for different weekends. I felt like I couldn't miss nobody event. But yeah, so I traveled back home a lot, and I was still holding on to community and village that was in Tallahassee, because it was a little tough for me to kind of let go and form more of a village here where it was really my second home. I kept really denying the fact that, hey, this is home and it's going to be what you make it. Okay, y'all, and I'm so comfortable, so do not mind me. But okay, so let's talk about some highlights, right? So from 2014 all the way through 2024, y'all, I cannot believe it's been 10 years. It's been so much that has happened in 10 years. So much transformation, so much growth, so much understanding of who I am, whose I am. Hello, somebody. But it has been it's been a decade. And I want to say right now that I'm very, very proud of all of me and all of the transitions that I went through, because it literally it's molded me to the beautiful being that I am that sits in front of you. Okay. But just know that moving to Atlanta overall, Atlanta's going to give you your wings. Okay. No matter, especially if you are in, I came into the PR industry, communications and entertainment industry, right? And I got my wings, okay? So between the year after my, the first opportunity in 2014, I quickly knew that, hey, it was very corporate. I learned a lot from it. And I knew that, again, here it is. I wanted to leverage and get more experience. I started doing my research, and I came across this PR agency called the Garner Circle. This was ran by Nicole Garner, and I'm not sure who else at the time, but I know she's one of the owners, right? And I saw the moves that they were making. I kept seeing all the work that they were doing in Atlanta. And for me, it's like, I want to rub shoulders with the who's who, meaning like the best of the best in the industry, not necessarily celebs and all that stuff. Like, I wanted to learn from the best. And because of that, and during that time, that's what I was seeing. So I started scouting. I went to one of her events, and I heard her speak, and then she dropped a bomb, and she was saying that, yeah, I have internship opportunities, all these things. So me, it's like, I'm never too good. If I need a shadow, intern, whatever the fact may be, I just wanted the opportunity. Applied for the position. And at first I ended up coming on, I think I shadowed Nicole for like a few events or something, and then I came on to intern under her. From that internship, I knew I was going to get a position. Okay, I made sure to be on time. I treated it like it was a job. I gave my all, and it turned into an opportunity. And boom, I think around 26 in beginning of 2016, I was locked in. Okay, so now I have an opportunity. I have funds coming in, flow coming in, and even though it's not as much as I needed at the time, it was an opportunity. The door was open, and I knew more would come from that, right? So if you are looking to venture into the entertainment business, branding, marketing, PR, content creation, digital, whatever the case may be, I strongly urge you to get out and network. You're going to have to get out and network because people need to see your face. They need to see your name. They need to see you in these rooms, and seek opportunities, and don't be too good to shadow, to internship without a bag. If you need to get a separate job to do that, cool, but make the opportunity. There's so many people and connections that are here, and you have to get beyond yourself and get out and make it happen, right? So I got the position with Nicole, and from there I worked my way up to like an account, to coming on as entry level, and begin to be like a senior publicist within the company. And from there, I literally learned the game. I was working with Nicole, leading accounts for so many different things. One music fest, the one of the biggest festivals. Actually, I worked two of the biggest festivals and led PR efforts for both of them. AC3 Festival and Conference, One Music Fest. Jason Carter, shout out to him. FAMU, okay. So led efforts on that. I also led PR efforts on the movie Brotherly Love with Keke Palmer, Quincy, all of them. Also Chocolate City, the movie, led PR efforts on that. So we were locked in with the movie industry, the beauty industry, motion. It was just, when I tell you, it was a time. And I made so many connections with media. I made so many connections with photographers, videographers, with models, with business owners, with managers for musicians, and up and coming content creators and things of that nature. I was locked in. People knew me. They knew my face. People still know me, but I was in it, going to networking events, and I was working the city. Me and the people that I began to create community and village with, we was out here moving in our respective industries, and I'm just garnering contacts, resources and things, but ultimately knowing, I just want to get experience. I want to leverage, and I want to build tools so that when I open my agency, and this has always been the goal, and that was shared with Nicole as well, but I always knew the end goal. So that happened, and in 2017 I parted ways, and I ended up getting another opportunity at Trevelino Keller. And this is, again, another more corporate entity, but PR and communications focused. And I worked there probably, I don't know, it wasn't too long, a few months. I knew the day that I went in for the first day that I wasn't going to be there long. The culture just didn't align with what I wanted, but I learned a lot within that short amount of time. And from there, that pushed me. That was the push I needed to be full-time with the agency. During that time between 2015 to 2017, I also Bliss Consulting Services. That is the PR agency. Oh, I'm sorry, not just PR agency. It is a creative communications agency. Was birthed in Atlanta. Okay, so remember, I had a business in Florida, and then in Georgia, BCS was birthed, and this was an idea. Me and my best friend, we always knew that we wanted to work together. And one night we were sitting in my room at the time, and we were just talking about working together. I was sharing ideas of like, hey, kind of reinventing kind of carrying over the PR agency here, but getting the business right. And we were just talking to a lot of different things. We sketched out logos. We were talking about names, and Bliss kind of carried over from the company in Florida. And then we were talking about like consulting and what would make sense. Hence, anyways, came a birth out of that co-creation and those thoughts of us wanting to align, and BCS came out of that, right? Bliss Consulting Services was birthed December 2016, right? Now, 2017 is when I started the new opportunity with Trevelino Keller. Crazy. And I was just sitting on, we were just sitting on the business. And at that time, my best friend was heavy in the communications industry, but in another industry. I'm sorry, not another industry. Yeah, another industry, but moving and building that company as well. So once I left and separated from Trevelino and Keller, that's when the energy was placed into BCS, and baby, I went full motherfucking throttle. Went full throttle. Things were thriving, going good. I would say these are some of my biggest lessons learned. Number one, especially in business around like the entertainment industry, be grounded in exactly who you are, and know when something isn't right, and know when to walk away. Sometimes we get so caught up in making the dollar, making the bag, that we will overlook certain behaviors of clients, or certain things that have been done to us in order to kind of maintain those relationships or just be at peace. And for me, that was one of the biggest lessons I learned, and I'm so grateful to be on the other side of it, because it costed me more. It cost me, if that makes sense. Thankfully, around the time that these lessons kept coming kind of back to back is when me and my partner were able to work more closely on the same projects at the same time, and she was able to help me to see certain things, but also we both had to learn how to advocate for ourselves within the industry in different ways. So coming together, we have been each other's protectors in that, which is so comforting. Doing business alone is not fun. It is not, I wouldn't suggest it. I hope that if you are coming to Atlanta and you're looking to spread your wings, develop your business and things, find your community, find your people, and link up with good people, okay? And do shit together, because Atlanta alone can chew your ass up, but the business, entrepreneurship, it is not something that I suggest doing alone, or it's just not easy and it's not fun, right? But anyway, so definitely one of the biggest lessons was using my voice, standing up, and making sure that the things that you are taught, even if you went to college and you learned about ethics and you have morals and values, when those things start to kick in, stand on business, okay? Stand up for yourself. I don't care if your voice tremble. I don't care if you gotta cry, and I hope you don't gotta cry, but I had to learn to use my voice and walk away from opportunities, not mattering who it was with, who it was for. But when it comes to just things that might be a conflict of interest, it might be someone taking something from you, your intellectual property, paying not on time, not paying outright, trying to withhold money. Oh, it's been a whole thing where I've had to use my voice in different ways to say, you know, that's not right. You know, if this was a white-owned business, that you would not be paying, not paying on time. If I say payment is due on the 15th, motherfucker, pay me on the 15th because your services are on time. But anyway, I'm sorry I had to go off on a tangent. But anyway, so things of that nature, if you don't learn to be grounded in who you are, have you some structure, some policies, things in writing that they are signing to say, hey, this is what these are my business practices, and not being afraid to walk away. No money is worth you, your time, your effort, and your character, your morals and values. So that is something that I would say it was a huge lesson of mine. I got a love-hate relationship with the city. When I came, I was so ready and willing and open and ready to just take it all in and connect and network and meet all these people. But that's my personality. It kind of wore me out after a while. I think what you will learn, especially if you are going into like entertainment, I know content creation and things of that nature is really big. Sometimes because Atlanta has this mask over it, right? So what I do love is that because I have been here for 10 years, like I feel like I know a lot more about the true Atlanta, like real Atlanta, because I now have friends, associates, people that I met over the years that like are really from Atlanta. Alana. Is that how they say Alana? It's not Atlanta, okay? So, because of that, it's like I've gone to different neighborhoods, different sides, east, west, whatever Atlanta got all its things, and you learn about the politics and all that stuff. But I just say that to say it's so many different worlds. And the world that I came into was a lot of, it was very inauthentic. And for me, and when I say inauthentic, it can be very cliquey in the entertainment industry. It can be very I'm only tolerating you and dealing with you so that I can get something from you. It's like even though we all might be successful in doing all these things, sometimes, people don't want you to do better than them. But that's everywhere in the world, but it's really emphasized here because everybody's coming here for like the opportunity. Everybody think they somebody. Everybody is a celebrity. Everybody got money. Well, not everybody, but you get what I'm saying. So overall, the image of what it looks like, it's like you learn very quickly what it really is and who really got it and who really making noise and who really got the motion, right? So you have to make your home in Atlanta. So whatever you are used to from your hometown, you have to bring a piece of that here. And that is what will ground you. And I had to learn that as well. It's like, let me make a home here. Let me get with people who are like-minded, who align. Let me go to the places that fill me up. I don't have to be in these fake spaces. But for a while, I withdrew from all of that because it can be a lot for me. I'm an empath and I take on a lot. And energetically, it just didn't feel good because it was inauthentic to me. It was not genuine. And I'm all about genuine connections, right? And so that was a big thing. But thank God for the people and the friends and the associates and just the people that I've met up here that has become like family, and they've supported me and they've taken care of me and they've shown me, brought me into their homes to help give me a piece of what Atlanta is for them. And it just helps, because it is such a, you come up here thinking one thing and baby, it don't be that. So I would say that's another lesson too, really taking the city for what it is and finding the balance in it all. Like specifically within that industry, the entertainment industry, in the beginning, it was just a lot for me. And now in the later years, I'm getting back into getting out a little bit more, networking. I things have changed where I was able to take a break from like PR and communications being at the forefront to going into a different direction in ownership. And it was a much needed break for me. And I'm so grateful for the opportunity, like, and to be in a city where I can have flexibility and it's other people that are moving like this, and we can still come together and thrive and still be happy, and full circle moments come where you're utilizing those connections that you already had from when you first came up here. But yeah, finding that balance has been key, and I know that'll be a part of the journey as well, for sure. Okay, so at the time I'm talking about pivot and COVID time. So we had just signed another lease for another space in the building for the agency. So navigating the pandemic with our clients, dealing with personal things, being forced to rest and finding the balance and all of that. But it also was the greatest push to and show me exactly what I needed and what I desired and how I wanted to work with clients moving forward, and how I wanted to do business, and how I wanted to be treated as a person. So COVID, that it changed a whole bunch. But yeah, so those were some of the significant things that were learned and appreciated about the city of Atlanta. I'm grateful to be here. I do recommend and advise anybody that is looking for significant growth personally, professionally, if you're looking to grow community, looking to connect to like-minded, beautiful people, looking to find raw, authentic people to connect with as well, you can find that here, and you can take your little piece of wherever you are from and find it, ground yourself, and create your home here. And that's what's happened for me over the last 10 freaking years. I cannot believe that it's been 10 years that I've been here. I've grown so much, and I'm so appreciative of the city and what it's done for me and what it's made. Personally want to encourage you to make that step, make that leap, and make it yours. Be you in it, and you're going to see the beautiful things that this city brings out of you and brings to you. There are going to be hardships. That's going to be anywhere that you go. But also know that my experience is going to look different, because Atlanta is different now. It's different. The people that have come to the city are different. Their thought processes are different. So for me right now and where I am in life and in my journey, I opt not to be in certain spaces as much. I am getting back out there, trying to network and connect a little bit more, because I kind of got burnt out during COVID and outside of COVID. But just finding that balance again. But it's gonna look different, but it is what you make it. it is what you make it. And I love that now I can ride around without GPS a little bit more. And like, I know like the names of the exits and not the numbers. Cause the people from Atlanta was like, we don't know the numbers. And I'm like, that's how I know how to get places. Cause I'd be like, okay, you go 20 and then you take exit 60. So, and whatever. But they be like, nah, but I'm so grateful for the people that I have met and I have loved and connected with, friends, associates, people that have become family. Thank you to the people who have accepted me and they've shared their family and friends with me, their connections, their resources, their opportunities, the people that I've encouraged along the way to move up here too. And we've made more family, community. Special shout out to my best friend for holding space for me, opening up her home. Keita, like, I love you. You know I fucking love you. You know that. But I personally want to say thank you. Thank you to you for you helped to plant the seed for me as well. You made sure that I knew that I was okay, that I was welcome, that we joined forces and we've been making magic ever since. And we did it here in the city of Atlanta, where the big dream, the dreamers come. It's like another New York in a sense, but thank God for you, Jamar, helping me on my fitness journey, introducing me to your people and connecting me to all the people that you have networked with when you came up here. Like, I'm so eternally grateful for you and the sharing of the resources, the knowledge, the people, like the people that mess with you, mess with me. So thank you. And all the people I met, like all the men that have taken me in and loved me and made sure I was straight, and that means a lot. So I was able to extend opportunities to people that came up, the friends that I've made, the genuine connections that I've made here. And they have loved on me and they have utilized the services. They have provided opportunities. They have been a comfort to me, to my friends, to my family. Like, it's been a place that continues to give and pour into me. And when I need to take a break, I can always go home to Florida. That's been a love of mine as well. But I've been able to bring sunshine to the A. Yeah. 2014 to 2024, like, of course I can make another video to talk about specifics in the journey, but I definitely just wanted to shed a light on my journey through Atlanta these last 10 years, to tell about the ups and downs, to give a little bit of advice. But I definitely would recommend coming here, making your own, figuring out life, and having a freaking blast. Thank you, Atlanta. Thank you, Atlanta. Atlanta, yeah. Thank you so much for everything. I'm truly grateful, and I cannot wait to see what's next. If I'll be here for 10 more years, I don't know what the future holds, but I know that this is another place that I do call home. It has been home for me, and it has molded me in such a beautiful way. So forever, I love goddamn Atlanta. Yeah. All right, bye. I hope this video was informative. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you want to hear more about the story, about the business side, drop a comment below. And yeah, put your throw some A's in the comment if you made it to the end. If you did, I mess with you. Thank you so much.